Good morning, Larry. Sprinkle along with Chris Mulcahy on this Monday morning. Well, when it's two of us, you know what that means. It's weather aware day.
Yeah, and what an active start to the day. You might have got rocked by some storms yesterday, but that was nothing compared to what we potentially could see today. This is very rare that we have such a high risk for this time of the season.
Absolutely. Take a look at the situation as we head towards later this afternoon, particularly after 5 o'clock. That's why we're asking you to plan accordingly. This morning, mid-morning, early afternoon should be okay. It's really after 5 o'clock, kind of the time frame that we see these storms tracking into the area. I think high winds really going to be the main issue, I think, Chris.
Yeah, and you can see it on the stay weather aware graphic that Larry prepared. So winds are going to be the highest thing. Hail possibility, tornadoes, that could be a spin up. I think the biggest thing is going to be the kinks along the line as we typically see. But one thing about today is it's going to be super hot, super humid. So you have a lot of things that go with it, but you're going to be waiting a long time for these storms. So most of the day stays dry, and I think these storms are going to be in, out, bingo, bango, but then it's that split 1 to 2 minutes that all the damage can be done.
Yeah, I think the time frame locally, anywhere from about 5 to 7. If you want to take the whole area, you're probably between about 5 and 9 from, let's say, Shelby to Charlotte, all the way to Rockingham over in that area. You can see every single county in our area is covered in this severe weather. This graphic right here, when we expand this, Chris, when you see this wide an area within that realm of the high potential for strong storms from Atlanta to Charlotte all the way to Washington, D.C., that's a big area right there.
How often is it that we're typically the bullseye? Like literally, if you factor that, we are right in the center of this. And I don't think I've ever seen in the zoomed in of our DMA completely red.
Yeah, that you're right about that. I'm going to skip past. I'm going to go back once again where you're talking about right there. Every single county is within that. So if you're watching us right now, you're in the kind of the bullseye of what Chris was saying of the potential of these strong storms tracking across the area later on this afternoon. When you see a percentage of 30%, I can't remember the last time that we were within this realm of 30% for some strong storms.
It hasn't been this year, at least this widespread. And 30%, hey, that doesn't seem very high. But think about it. You're going to have a line of thunderstorms. That's dozens of thunderstorms.
We go back to that graphic.
And it's right in the middle of that 1 out of every 3 storms could be producing winds over 60 miles per hour. And this is the type of deal, this is going to form what's called a squall line, could turn into a bow echo. That's where you have intense winds along the line. As Larry is going to show you, it comes in fast, comes in quick, and could have a quick, powerful punch.
That's at 5 o'clock. That would cover from Statesville to Hickory all the way to the Asheville area up towards Greensboro. Look at this right here. Look at that line of strong and severe storms. That's a long line of storms from the Virginia border all across the Charlotte metro area, all the way down into the upstate South Carolina.
Leave it here because I want to show you the inconsistencies along this line is what's troublesome. So as you always mention the spin-ups. Notice how you see these little notches. Nothing's perfectly straight. At that point, you wouldn't be surprised if you do have an embedded tornado warning. The thing with those is they only last 1 to 2 minutes if it does happen, but honestly, wind is wind.
And we talk about a spin-up. That's what that is. It's a spin-up tornado.
That's all it is because they get caught in those little kinks. We're seeing that possibility. But that leading edge, it's not going to be here long. Like you're only talking about less than an hour of probably storms and rain in your area. But if you're in the impacts of the strongest points of that line, you're going to be cleaning up afterwards.
And then it's out of here and gone by later this evening. So really, once again, it's about 5 to 9. Here you go. This is right in the middle of it right there, between about 6 p.m. and say 8 p.m. And really between about 6 and 7. They're fast movers.
Very fast movers. Yeah, most of your day is going to be dry, but it's also going to feel like it's going to storm.
It's like if we combine everything together to make it just totally miserable for everybody. Now, even though you may not be within this colored column right here of this heat advisory, it's just going to be hot just about anywhere you go. What I did on this graphic right here is just took a time. This is 6 p.m.
Wow.
Look at those heat index temperatures, how it's going to feel outside. So you get the storms. High heat index, just not a very comfortable day, especially late afternoon.
That is crazy where you're seeing such a big temperature contrast. This is picking up on that line. So that's that rain cooled air that it immediately will drop down. It's going to feel super humid on that. But yeah, today is going to be one of those days. A heat advisory is issued when it feels like 105 plus or is programmed to. Realistically, I think it's mainly going to be that 100 to 103 max. We're going to be close. If you do hit 105, it's not going to last that long, but it feels like 100 plus. That's storm fuel. It's super soupy, and that's why we're calling it for today, and it's the timing. That's why we're in the red, because that line of storms arrives during the peak maximum instability of the atmosphere, so the timing couldn't be more perfect or not perfect.
And a lot of people will be actually on the highways at that time.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock, be weather aware about that and be careful. You may want to possibly even change your plans today. One thing about this 7-day, this Gyro 70 forecast, every day this week it's going to be 90 or above. No break in the heat all week long.
Yeah, the only day that might be is Thursday has a slightly higher chance for rain. But yeah, all in all, it's August, people. And stay weather aware because this storm system
is going to be something. We'll be here, of course.
Yes,
Brad
we will.
and the gang was good. Chris will be here throughout the morning. We'll all be here. Stay weather aware, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, right here on WCNC Charlotte.
Looking forward to it.